Hey, everybody. My name is Brian Nystrom, and you're listening to the Greenlight Weekend podcast. This is quarantine episode number 10. If you're a frequent listener, you know that Dave Oakley has been guest co-hosting all of the quarantine episodes. And for everybody wondering, Phil had his baby at 10:23 p.m. last night. I got a text this morning. Very excited. Healthy baby, healthy mama. So everybody that loves the cheese, that's your update. That's your Philly cheese update. But yeah, this is quarantine episode number 10. Dave Oakley is co-hosting, and we had a guest on this episode. He's been on the podcast before. He's a good friend. He's a comic. His name is Jason motherfucking Balmforth, and he brings the fire. Jason's a very interesting guest to have on. He's a very interesting friend to have in general. I don't know, he looks at the world in a different way than a lot of people. So we're going to have him on the quarantine episodes more. I don't know how long the quarantine's going to last, but we're going to have Jason on more. If you're wondering, this was a really fun one for me. Dave was Dave, and he's a silly bitch. Yeah, if you want to find Jason online, you can find him at Jason Balmforth. Well, on Facebook, Jason Balmforth. And for David Oakley, you can find him David Oakley on Facebook and at Dave O Laughs on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to find the podcast, it is at GLW_podcast on Instagram, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook, and greenlightweekend@gmail.com. If you're a YouTube kind of cat, all these episodes are on YouTube. Full video. I'm getting better at it. I'm not the best by far, but I'm figuring it out. So the videos are way more seamless than they used to be at the very least. And before we close this, I would like to give a big shout out to Dead Room Comedy out of Denver. It's our boys Elliot Weber, Jacob Jonas, Josh Emerson, and Jeff Stonick. They're fucking killing it in Denver. They just won a big it's a business plan competition out of Fort Lewis College where they went to school. They all graduated this last year. And they won the contest. And I think they're going to sponsor the motherfucking podcast, which is the dopest. If I could just pay for all the services that I need to stream this, that would be amazing. So I'm super pumped. Check out deadroomcomedy.com. Check them out on Instagram, Deadroom Comedy, Facebook. I'm not sure about the Twitter. I will be more informed on that when they're actually sponsoring it. But they are going to be our next guests. We're going to do a Zoom interview. It's going to be super fun. But yeah, Dead Room Comedy, check them out. Last but not least, our boy Ethan Esparza at Hip Hop Trip on SoundCloud. The links are in the description. He makes all the music that is the soundtrack to the Greenlight Weekend. Not to mention, James Mirabal produced at least half of it, and Evan Stamler is doing the drums in some of that. And I just got news, we're going to have some new tracks from our boys over at the Chava People, Ethan Esparza. Yeah, James just finished producing them, and one of them is my favorite song ever from Trip, so I can't wait to put that in the intro, outro. I will definitely announce that. So yeah, get at us if you want to. Check out the Whiskey Reel podcast, local podcast. I know this intro is going too long, so I guess enjoy this episode with David Oakley and Jason Balmforth.
Hey look, I just made it happen. Another young man out here rapping. All these antagonists coming at me. Saving the day, I'm the captain. Just imagine that I am a hero. Truth is, I ain't even got a scene, no. I don't ball, probably can't make a free throw. Lay a motherfucker out like Debo. That's right, little man with a big hook. And I got a big brain, reading them big books. I don't make shit rain, blinking when I switch lanes. Man, I play my shit safe, I don't get shit.
Hey guys.
What up, dog?
Hey there.
Quarantinis.
Yeah.
Just Buffalo Chase on the rocks.
Yeah.
That's a
quarantine
Yeah.
right there.
That's a quarantini for me.
It's a redneck quarantini right there.
That is
Salud.
that is a quarantine cocktail right there, boys.
Boom. Salud.
I don't do the knock thing.
I do. Bad luck if you don't. Oh, that's good.
God damn, it's good.
I heard it came out of nowhere and doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Means whatever you put to it.
Yeah, I suppose.
I rebelled against it for the first 3 years I was at Steamworks, and now it's just, I think I do it out of habit.
The reason I don't do it is because I met you, and you were like, yeah, don't do that.
I don't know what it means though. I don't know.
Every Cheers since, I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I knock the bar. I do it. Just force a
bar.
habit. I heard it's just kind of, good luck.
Okay. Well, whatever it means to you, I guess.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's most superstitions, rules.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you believe in it.
Say all
Yeah.
of
Superstitions
Fair enough.
slash religions. Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Hey, man, whatever help you sleep at night, all right?
Yeah.
What have you been doing on this quarantine? I haven't talked to you in weeks.
Oh, just fucking living like I'm in jail.
You told me about your creepy night walks.
Creepy night walks, man. That's been my bread and butter.
How
That
far do
hasn't changed anything.
No, but it has though, Brian. Right? Because I used to go out for a walk at like 9:30, and there's still people out there at the bars. You go out for a walk at 9:30 right now, there ain't another motherfucker out there.
Do you
That's not
see
so bad.
cops? Do you see cops cruising?
Sometimes.
Do you wear your long trench coat?
Sometimes.
Right.
They don't
It's
bother
been
you.
warm. They generally don't.
Yeah.
They see a guy in a long trench coat walking down the street as fast as I do. They probably don't want to stop.
Yeah, they're
me.
probably like, he has better firepower than we do.
Hey. This
It
looks
used
like a
to be the
bigger
case.
headache than
Yeah.
I definitely want.
So how long do you walk for?
About an hour.
Oh shit, a few miles. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just do a little loop around. Sometimes I run into some homeless people, and I'm just kind of like, so this is what Mad Max would actually be like.
Dude, I feel bad for the homeless people that are fucking. Well, I guess that has nothing to do with quarantine, dude. It's just I feel bad for homeless people here in general.
Because
For the-
nobody's stopping for them now.
For the weather. No,
Oh.
like now the weather's finally nicening up, but it gets fucking cold
they
out.
chose to fucking
Yeah.
post up. I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you.
Why don't they
Yep.
just go to Arizona?
45 miles that way. It's a lot goddamn warmer. But
Yeah.
nobody's gonna stop and give you money at the corner of Walmart.
Let me let you in on a little bit of homeless knowledge that I've learned
Yeah,
over
tell
my
us.
years. You go down to the Social Security office, you can get a bus ticket to pretty much damn near anywhere
For free?
Yeah,
Just so you get out of their town.
you pretty much say, I'm going. Like I can't find any opportunity for work in this town. You get me a Greyhound to like Phoenix. I'll try and find work
Really?
down there. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
you just have to have somebody that can receive you, as in
Oh,
like somebody's got. beat.
That's why Chris Ariano had to join the circus to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody was there to receive him.
No. Well, he's in Slab City now, right?
no, is that his mom and dad's? I forget.
I
Where
don't
that
even.
fucker
What's
lives.
Slab City?
Slab City's that
Ooh.
place between Nevada and California that's like completely lawless.
It's fucking wild, bro.
It's a complete anarchy.
So
He
There's
would
nothing there.
rule there.
Dude, it
He
would.
could be their king.
I mean,
They have like an unofficial mayor. There's
Really?
actually, yeah, I've seen the
Does
documentary.
it look like Chris?
No, but so it used to be like back, like an army base, like back in 50s or whatever, and they had
so it's just
concrete
full of
concrete
radiation
slabs.
and shit.
But I don't know what they did, but they had concrete slabs everywhere, and basically that area got taken over after it had been unoccupied for a long time. It got taken over by these, like homeless wanderers, gypsies, I guess, and like they
I
built
think
this.
they're only
fucking...
gypsies if it's in England.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and only if they're Romanian.
And I don't think you're allowed
Yeah.
to call them gypsies anymore. I
Oh
think,
yeah, that's the G word
yeah,
according to
I think
Tom.
they're travelers.
Ooh,
I watched that Tom Segura special
Yeah,
again
yeah,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the G word. I forgot about that.
Dude, I love Tom Segura. How he
Yeah.
just picks a fucking group to go after every
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
And then he doubled down on Louisiana.
God, I love it.
Fucking
He
Cajuns.
did, Yeah.
The Whiskey Reel Boys they've basically substituted Cajuns for anything, meaning stupid people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like
Really?
a little
That-
inside joke for everybody that's seen
Yeah.
it.
I thought Floridian would be much more apt.
I thought so too.
I've been to Florida, man. There's
I'm
some
married
good-
to
I thought it was Polish.
Well, that's only in Europe, Brian.
Man,
yeah, that's
that
only in
used to
Europe.
be the case, but now apparently Poland's pretty educated.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got that.
They're
right.
above us in education.
less people.
Smarter people.
I mean, they're slow to pick it up, but once they get it going, it's going.
That's
Better
my
than New Mexico.
That describes my whole life, dude. Slow learner, but once I get it, I got it.
So what, like another 10, 15 years, you'll be a man.
I'll be able to I'll be able to host an open mic in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, man.
That's one of your few skills. Not consistently. It's real hit and miss.
I consistently hosted.
Right. I
wasn't
just
good.
not well. Anybody can host an open mic, but
I don't know, man. I kind of miss Mean Dave.
I love Mean. Well, I guess I didn't know Mean Dave. I just caught glimmers of it when I first started, like when that
It was-
editor for whatever.
I loved getting Schlocko Dave.
Oh man.
By the end of the open
Dave.
mic, he wasn't even able to coherently string together words.
So
and,
Dave?
and calling the audience cunts. I miss that
Oh.
so much.
I never got to see you call the audience cunts.
Oh, it happened a lot.
Really?
A lot.
Well, but because they were being one, I wouldn't just say it out of nowhere.
Right.
If they were talking and interrupted me, I went 0 to cunt real
It's okay
quick.
to call anybody anything as long as they're being
if they're
one, right?
if they're heckle, yes.
like a Polak.
That's
yeah.
how, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have any Polish fans that hate it when I
They're just like, oh, fuck this
Dude.
mother.
reach out to us if there are.
Send a mean tweet. Hashtag.
I would love that.
Hashtag something.
Yeah,
don't
I
fucking
would
know.
love that.
It's okay, guys.
Fuck Greenlight Weekend.
I'm
Thanks
still-
for watching.
I'm still
He
permanently
only
banned on
says
Twitter,
it,
man.
fellow Polacks. He only says it because he's intimidated by us Poles, by our Poles,
He says that
because he
but
knows we got big Poles.
refuses to
Whatever
show
you
me
gotta
his
tell
dick.
yeah, whatever you gotta tell yourself to.
I haven't shown him my dick either, but I don't brag about it every
Oh, dude.
goddamn
yeah, because
episode.
you're not Polish, you can't really get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, my wife won't let me. I asked permission. Remember the other night?
Yeah, but you said she wouldn't let you months before you actually asked her.
Yeah, because
I
I
was
know
there.
I know her very well.
Dude, ask for forgiveness, not for permission. What are you,
Right.
a pussy?
Yeah. Come on, man.
In 10, 15 years, you'll pick this up.
Yeah, come on. Man.
Yeah, when I do, then I'll show you.
We'll live
Old
stream it.
Polish dick.
We'll put it on Chatterbait.
I
It'll
bet.
be
Yeah.
it'll be trending.
I bet
Yeah.
Cat Savage will let us use her OnlyFans for a night.
Just 1 minute.
Man, I thought about opening OnlyFans, but my toes are way too hairy.
What does that have to do with
so
anything?
shave
What's your
'em.
dick look like? Or shave them?
I mean, I have shaved.
Would you
a
rather
lot
have dudes jerking off to your dick or your feet?
my feet?
I agree.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. You
100%.
shave those bad boys down.
No. You see, I gotta find the guys that are really into the Hobbit toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Hobbit
you won't
toes.
find them unless you put it out there, Jason. You got to put it out in the universe to receive anything back.
Yep.
I'm good
Like
on
you
that
did
one.
with your Adam's apple.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have known the
Dude, that
success
chick sent me a message this morning.
What?
This morning.
You still get way more like comments about or messages about that than
Yeah, I mean,
you
there
would
were
think.
more.
That's just been going on for a
There
long
were
time.
more, but most of them took the hint. But it's been like a year, and this bitch just every month or two, just like, hey,
What'd she
please
say?
let me pay you money.
Let me see. Let me see.
I
what
think
she
I just
said.
deleted it.
Of course.
Well, is she?
Well,
is
'cause I didn't
she-
wanna
is-
open it,
Is she
because
asking
that
to like
shows I
straddle
saw
your
it.
throat
Yeah.
or what?
No,
Yeah.
well, that was
she-
the conclusion that I eventually came to. But
But look at it like this,
Let me
dude.
see if I
If
deleted
she
it.
sees that you
I deleted
opened it, if she sees that you opened it, saw it, and didn't respond,
no, then I
maybe
get
she'll,
more that day.
Maybe she'll take the hint.
No,
though.
when she sees I opened it, I get more that day. Like it's been up to like 12 a day with zero response.
Where's
No-
she from?
I have no
Romania?
idea. All the pictures are like cartoons. I'm pretty convinced it's a fat dude in his basement.
Oh,
jerking
yeah.
off. Like that's or
It was me, Brian.
that's fine.
It was me.
That-
I'm sorry.
Well, you're very
the joke,
artistic.
the joke
because-
the joke went way too far. I mean, things got a little committed, and
Well,
Can't back off
why
now.
do you want a picture? I'll give you a video anytime. Just send it under your name. I need to know it's going to a safe place.
Jason doesn't even have Instagram.
I definitely
Do
do not.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook. I mean, you know how to get a hold of me, Jason.
I do. No. I mean, I don't do a lot of social media.
If you
stuff.
told me I want to jerk off to your Adam's apple, I might actually still give you a picture.
I mean, Dave was inviting me to his bed earlier today, so there
Dude,
we
right.
go.
Truck bed, different.
I
You
mean,
did not
it-
specify.
It doesn't matter. A bed's a bed. We're
You're
still
like,
gonna
I'll give
screw,
you a
right?
ride for a turn in my bed.
Yeah, that was
That's
pretty
what I
much
saw.
it. It's like
Yeah.
you just have to ride in the bed first, and it was like, all right.
When I saw it, I was like, ugh. I forgot to turn off the group
I was
message.
I was trying to make a joke.
A deal.
on-
Yeah, you were trying to make a deal.
Trying to make a joke on Trevin's joke, or it wasn't even Trevin
Oh.
making a joke. It's like Trevin came to pick me up from here, and he made me sit in the back of his van. So like,
I understand. He lives with an at-risk person,
Yeah.
Adrian.
I thought you were gonna say Emma.
Both of them.
Emma went back to work. What am I gonna?
A little
I
column
stopped
A, a little
joking
column
about
B.
Emma. All right.
That's something else.
Emma was supposed to come on the podcast and snubbed us
Yeah, she spent the day
a
bleaching
mile
cat.
that way.
Bleaching a cat.
Bleaching a cat.
Did you hear about that?
No, I
It's
did
the
not
funniest.
hear about
Oh God.
I
Did
don't.
she
not-
post it on Instagram?
No,
or
it's
anything?
not funny for. She accidentally dropped hair bleach on one of Trevin's cats.
That makes so much sense.
And
I'm surprised
How does-
Trevin lets her hang out with this
I
cat.
know. Well, Trevin was pissed, obviously, but I guess she's still there. But I mean, how funny is that, dude? Literally, just knocked it up. I mean, I don't know. I think it's funny, but maybe Trevin doesn't. So, out of respect for Trevin, I will not say it's funny.
Whenever they decided they were gonna move in together, like one of the first thoughts in my mind was, "Oh, she's gonna spill bleach on this dude's cat." Like, you know what I mean?
Man, you should have started
Hair
a betting.
bleach,
You
hair
should
bleach.
have started a betting pool. You'd have fucking won buku bucks.
Right.
Dude, I would have bet against that all day.
I would not have.
But I couldn't even take your
I
money
would've-
because you're poor right now. I could use some work.
I
Yeah.
would have bet that you
Yeah.
would have dropped like hair dye on the cat, and so now it's like cotton candy colored or what the fuck ever. But
Right.
but I would not have thought hair bleach. I would have thought something more.
I would have
colorful.
worded it differently for sure. I didn't even know hair bleach was really something that happened.
I don't
Or-
know.
It
For
just-
the longest time, I thought hair bleach was literally like just Clorox in the sink.
because you have to dye your hair light to get it all colorful.
Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of times they'll bleach it
I'm a
to.
dumb shit,
Yeah, no shit.
obviously.
Yeah, but yeah. So I guess I don't know the circumstances, but I guess a little knockarooski off the counter, bathroom sink.
But why was the
Onto
cat in the
Shiva.
bathroom
'Cause
with
the
you
door
while you're
was-
dyeing your hair?
I bet the cat's in the bathroom with all of them at one point, where they're brushing their teeth. I
That-
bet they're petting the cat.
I have
that
been-
makes so much sense to me.
I have been to Trevin's house, and that cat has never been in the bathroom with me. I will not allow it.
Well, she
Good.
probably had the door open. She was just dyeing her hair, you know. So maybe the cat was just wandering
I
in.
close the door no
Yeah,
matter what I'm
But
doing.
bathroom
in the bathroom
time is me time.
Agreed.
Bathroom time is Jason
yeah,
time.
fair enough.
I'll
If
be
the
in
door's
there.
closed, fuck off. I'm not
If I'm
done.
showering, shaving, shitting, or pissing, door closed. But I mean, if I'm just like washing my
if you're
hands,
dyeing your hair,
dude, I used to dye my hair
yeah.
when I was younger.
Bet you did.
Yeah, I did.
When
dude.
I was
I
in like
bet you
middle
had,
school,
like,
I
the
had
little red
bleach
emo
blonde
fringe.
bowl cut.
a bowl cut. No, I had short hair, but I did bleach blonde it.
It was my
Actually,
mom. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
My family used to cut my hair with the Flowbee, so you know.
I don't even know what that
Flowbees.
is.
Flowbee. Oh my
what the
lord!
fuck is that?
Drop
Dave,
some
I thought
knowledge on
you
us.
would. I thought you would know. There were these infomercials. It was essentially a clipper attachment for your vacuum cleaner hose.
Sick.
and,
For your dog?
no, it
No.
was for people, and you would attach it to your vacuum
That
cleaner
rings a
hose,
little bit of a
and it
bell.
had a clipper attached to it, so it would cut your hair and it would suck all the hair up into your
Yeah, yeah,
vacuum
yeah.
cleaner.
Oh, kind
But-
of like in Wayne's World. He's like the or the suck cut.
Yeah, the suck and cut.
Don't
yeah,
suck it all, Wayne.
yeah. So they actually made something like that called the Flowbee, and it was big in like
No
the
way.
90s.
Something tells me they made it for dogs first, and then they were like, just throw a different blade on this bitch. We'll sell it to moms
Well,
that don't
of-
want to
of
sweep
course-
for 2 seconds.
Of course, it was made for dogs first. You can't test it on prisoners inhumanely before you test it on animals.
I feel like we should, depending on the charges.
Yeah.
Why
Definitely.
do it to an innocent dog when you
Dude,
could do
gi-
it to a rapist?
I don't
Give
know.
a-
Shiva
give a-
seems like she'd enjoy a
Maybe
Flowbee.
give somebody that's in jail
She
for
likes a back rub.
somebody in jail for life. Be like, hey, we'll give you 50 extra bucks on your commissary this week if you let us practice this.
That's
They
that's,
do it.
That's
That's a
a
lot
good
of money.
deal.
It's
a lot
that's
of money
a good
in
deal.
jail.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could buy
Let
all the ramen soups.
Let
with
us
that.
Bro,
practice
new
technology.
sweatpants?
Cigarettes.
Oh, well, I
A
mean,
little bit of heroin.
They wouldn't let you buy cigarettes here in Colorado.
Yeah, but there's still cigarettes in prison.
Well, there's
Yeah, but
49 other
I don't
states
want-
as well.
Yeah, but I also don't want. I also don't want ass cigarettes. So like there
Yeah.
it is. Like I've been desperate for a smoke before, but I've never been that desperate.
Good for you, man.
I know my
You could
limits.
kick it if you wanted to.
No,
If you went to prison.
I have
In
been
Colorado?
I have been homeless and I didn't kick cigarettes. Like,
Well, when you're homeless, all you want is a fucking smoke. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
I guess.
definitely, I would find a way to get weed probably. I'd have my
I
little
found a way
plants
to-
spread out throughout the homeless camp.
I found a way to get anything I really wanted. It was, it's all about connections.
Suck a dick.
Hey man,
Do what you
we
gotta do.
don't talk about what you do on your Thursday nights. We don't talk about what I do on my Saturdays.
We can
all right?
talk about me sucking dick. Let's do it.
So that one time on Pornhub, right? Now,
PH.
no, actually, what I found was really good was extras in films. They always need people to do extras and market.
Yeah, and you're an
surveys.
interesting looking cat.
I have been an extra in
What movies?
a bunch of shit. I was an extra in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, again, if I would have thought about it for 5 seconds, that
You
would
would've
be my
guessed
first
it.
guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I was an extra in a fake documentary.
I would have guessed you were the stunt double in Abraham Lincoln Vampire
No,
Hunter.
I was literally a guy. I was down in New Orleans, and they were filming it down there. And you remember the scene where he first gets down to New Orleans, and there's all those people walking across that dirt
I don't know
road?
if I've seen that.
I've never seen
That
it.
doesn't matter. There's a scene where there's a bunch of people walking up and down a street
Mm-hmm.
just to simulate like street business. And I showed up, and they were like, wear Western style clothes. And so I wear like a print shirt that you would wear at like a 4-H fair.
Bright as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looked like a Navajo rug, right? And a pair of blue jeans. And they literally just threw a duster on me, a cowboy hat, and had me walk up and down the street for 6 hours.
They meant old
How much
West
did you get
clothes.
paid?
I got $500.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll do that naked.
For $500?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
some
you
of
wouldn't.
them-
Your
some
wife
of
wouldn't
them-
let you, but
Some of
Yeah,
them
no,
pay
I'd
more,
risk
some
it.
of them
I
pay
know.
less, man. I got a gig where I was apparently a homeless person in a soup kitchen for this scene in this movie as I was homeless going to the soup kitchen.
yeah,
And-
they went to the soup kitchen and they're like, that guy.
No, they were literally asking anybody if they wanted to do it, and they're going to pay you $50, and you got to eat better food than what they were giving you. And I was like, $50 and some good soup?
What
Shit.
the fuck else are you doing that day? I would do that.
You know, committing crime, getting in
Doing
trouble.
drugs?
Yeah, you
but
know.
if you get $50 in a meal, maybe you don't need to break the law that day. You know?
Yeah, you know.
just go-
But yeah, you could find a lot of ways to make money just by looking on Craigslist. I miss the adults only section.
Just reading it or
Well, that was
Participating.
that.
There's a lot of pictures, Brian.
All I'm saying is
Oh.
that if you really want to feel better about yourself, you go to like the men seeking women section of
Oh, yeah.
Craigslist, and you just go like, man, life really isn't that bad.
doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. Like I'm homeless, I'm hungry, but I don't give a shit.
Where were you looking at Craigslist ads? I'm guessing it's on a computer,
Yeah,
like a library or something.
Yeah,
No,
you
but
can
did
go
you have a
library.
phone, a cell phone, when you were homeless?
I did after Obama phone became a thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Obama did something good for your life. You got a phone.
I mean, I switched it up as soon as I could.
I forget you're more political
he's
than me.
too conservative to admit that Obama did something good for him.
No, well, he did plenty of good things. He just did way more worse things, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're more political than me. I just
Yeah.
I just
No,
don't know shit, and then I make comments. 'cause
Well,
I'm
the
an
only
asshole.
reason why I
It's
have
more fun.
the only reason why I have
No.
bad blood about Obama phone is I went through like 5 of those motherfuckers because in the shelter you have like a little piece of shit, kind of like Dave's phone here, piece of shit. People steal it and
It's
they're
an
gonna go sell it.
iPhone, bro. That is a nice iPhone.
That's
Well,
ni-
this case makes it look like
it's
a piece
newer
of
than
shit.
my phone.
Yeah, it's not a bad phone at all.
It's better than my phone.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
gave you like these little piece of shit, like fake kind of smartphones, right? And
Uh-huh.
they'd keep getting jacked. And then you'd have to go down to the Obama phone place and be like, can I get another Obama phone?
And they gave you one though, dude. They didn't say, "Nah, bitch, you broke 3 this month."
No,
That's what I would say.
there was a couple of
They-
times where they were like,
They gave you, dude. He did good for you.
eh.
5
really
phones.
care.
You got 5 free phones.
Yeah.
And you were so
And he's
fucking
pissed.
reckless with them that they
I
just
was
got
not- I
stolen
was-
all the time.
I was not reckless with that.
How did they get stolen? My phone's never been stolen once.
Oh, shit.
Have you
Well,
ever been to a
one
homeless?
time-
Have you ever been to a homeless shelter?
I have not.
Have you been to jail?
I have.
So you was your jail the same way that they have like all the bunks in a big old room?
No, it was so like houses is what they called it, but there was like 12 people per
So like a pod,
little
yeah,
slot,
yeah,
and then big mate.
Yeah.
But there was no doors on them. It was all open to the pod.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
No, yeah. So this was literally just a
2
big
floors.
room with a bunch of prison bunks on it. Like
That
even
sucks.
the mattresses said like property of
So,
fucking
that's what
San
they-
Fran County
That's basically
jails.
a homeless shelter.
Yeah, and it was just a bunch of prison bunks all lined up in a big room, and you have like a little locker to store all your stuff. And man, phones go missing and shit.
Yeah, that makes 100.
There's a bunch of people there. Like,
In middle school, I had a phone stolen at a wrestling tournament.
well,
That's what you get.
That's very similar to my experience.
Yeah,
I was
I
probably.
think
the
you
one who stole your
deserve. I
phone
think
from
you
a lesson.
deserve that one.
it was the
Shouldn't
old
have-
school shitty phone.
You know.
Man, those old school shitty phones. I had a Samsung Rugby that lasted me for years.
No, I had one. It was like the cheapest free Samsung phone they gave away with service. And back then, it wasn't a fucking iPhone.
No, it was like
that
a
they'll add to your
Nokia,
bill.
right?
It was a 99-cent. Well, I don't know what this one was. It was a flip phone, but just like super light plastic, like felt shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 20, 30 times I threw that thing at the wall. Battery would fly off. You put it back on, it turned on every goddamn time.
Yeah,
Every fucking time.
you got that right.
No, my little rugby lasted me all the way through Bourbon Street, and the number of times I went staggering drunk and I'm trying to text somebody and I dropped that shit into a foot deep puddle
Yeah.
and pulled that bitch right back out like, all right. And keep on texting. Yeah, those things were indestructible. You drop your phone now and you got to pay like $500 to get it fixed.
Dude,
That's why I invest in a good case. This
Is
thing's
that a
been through some
OtterBox?
shit. Yeah.
Even when I had a good case, man, my shit broke. I don't know.
I got a shitty case,
Maybe I'm
but
cursed.
it works.
My toast always falls butter side down. I know about you guys.
100%, but this thing's got like a lip. So,
Yeah.
dude,
that
I had
doesn't
one
matter.
phone that fell out of my pocket as I was closing the door on this old Chevy truck that I drove for a while, and it like hung low. It like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like lagged, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you'd have to shut it hard, you know? So every time I got it, I fucking shut that thing hard, and my phone fell out of my pocket as I got in and shut it, and I just slammed my phone in the door. It was fucking destroyed, but it didn't have an OtterBox on it.
Oh,
Oh man,
But it was still just crushed.
that's funny.
man.
That story makes me happy as fuck.
It was a
I lost a phone to a
Expensive day.
sword once.
Good,
though.
good.
what?
You what? Wait, what?
I had a.
Why
I
don't
had
we start with this story?
well, you were talking about losing
Right.
your phone, and I was just
Right.
thinking about this buddy of mine, roommate in college. He wasn't really a good.
Who
friend.
stabbed you with the sword?
No, he bought a fake,
Just let me.
like, but real steel sword from like a mall in San Francisco.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, and he bought a sword and he was swinging it around the apartment, and I was sitting on the couch and he swung it a little close to me, and I was like, "Whoa, this is fucked up." And I got up and my phone had fallen out of my pocket, and he went to slice the couch with it because it didn't have a sharpened edge, and he just cut my phone in half. Really? Yeah, because he didn't see it until the last minute, and it's just like.
that had a sharpened edge, bro.
No, it was just the fact that it weighed like 15 pounds and hit my fucking phone.
Well,
was it a-
yeah,
was it
just
a flip
surface
phone?
area and pressure. Yeah.
No, it was a goddamn like smartphone with the screen.
Yeah, but not that big.
No, it was smaller than what I got in
Smaller
my
than
pocket
that?
right now. Yeah. Shit. It's smaller than this one.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he split that motherfucker right in half. It was fantastic. I got to tell everyone that my roommate destroyed my phone with a sword. So, you know.
Who doesn't look where they're slicing down?
That dickhead, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Where was
you're talking
this?
to you're talking to
San Fran-
someone that chops wood every day.
San Francisco, baby. San Francisco.
Yeah, I keep my eye on where the blade's going. Mostly because I've missed and it jacked wood back into my shins.
Well, I was just happy it
So
wasn't one
many
of those
times.
katanas, because this dude had like 6 katanas in his dorm room, and I was like,
One of those guys.
I can't buy a fucking Glock 45, but you can have 6 katanas and a broadsword and a goddamn claymore.
So a broadsword.
You can
so
have
like
whatever you want, Jason,
a
if you don't
knight
tell
sword.
anybody.
Well, no, like,
No, he just bought him at the mall.
yeah.
Paid a guy to sharpen the edges.
I mean, you know, what's the point of carrying a sword if you can't kill somebody with it, though, right?
Sounds like you could.
Dude, you could.
You can cut a
I mean,
phone
he-
in half. You
you
could
could-
beat somebody to death with an unsharpened broadsword.
He could definitely bludgeon somebody with it, yes. It would not be pleasant to be hit with that thing.
Hard.
But
Yeah.
why the... Who buys
all you need is a
Getting your heart cut out with a spoon.
all,
I
you-
mean,
all you need
I've
is
heard of worse.
like you gotta have some like what do they call a holster goes from your bottom of your armpit and you can put that bitch all the way down your leg. You walk in public with a limp, with a katana.
He
on
knows
your
that's
side.
what he does with his guns. That's why he wears the long jacket.
Yeah. Okay.
One, the long
So you-
jacket is to hide the shotgun, duh.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
two,
Down
in,
your leg,
in
and that-
California, you can open carry a fucking claymore if you want to.
So then what's
California?
the problem?
Yeah. You could totally walk down the street with a claymore strapped to your back.
I thought they were pretty
They
liberal.
they don't like me with weapons of any kind, really.
Because you walk down the street with a claymore on your back?
That
No.
might be why.
No.
How do you have this information?
you know, you learn a thing or two when you're sitting there and you're like,
When
man.
you're sitting there homeless in San Francisco,
Well,
sucking
when
dick
you-
for
when-
coke.
Watching shit go by.
Well,
Is that a Claymore?
when you're homeless, you have a
Officer,
lot of
what are you
time to
doing?
go to Google and just be like, man, is this shit illegal?
If you have Google and you're homeless, your priorities are way off. It seems to me, dude.
Well,
that's
I mean-
like you got to have a phone bill.
Yeah, what
That
happened to the
means-
good old homeless discussion when there was no answer at the end? You know, when you just argued over something stupid but never actually knew the truth.
There were plenty of those, right? Like, it's funny. I was just talking to a buddy of mine earlier today, right? And we were talking about, they're like, man, Jason, you got all these interesting stories and shit about like all these different things you've done. And I'm like, yeah, you want to know what happened in between each of those interesting events? Weeks and weeks of nothing.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's free.
Yeah.
You want something interesting, you gotta be a little bored.
Yeah, but everyone's sitting there like, man, you were a bouncer on Bourbon Street. You were homeless in San Francisco. You must have seen all sorts of crazy shit. And I was like, yeah, every once in a while.
Well, that's good. You'd probably be dead if it was every day.
I'd have preferred every day.
Okay.
It'd have been nice.
He has
Entertaining.
a katana.
Here for a good time, not for a long
Man,
time.
I would have preferred a katana than the number of dicks I saw just walking out and about. All right. So,
In San Fran?
yeah.
Because you could do that, right?
As long as you have socks on.
I thought as long as you weren't erect, too.
That also.
Yeah.
That also.
You have to have a sock on your dick?
No, you have to have a sock on your foot.
No.
Because you're
Obviously.
because you're
stupid me.
no, you'd see a bunch of like old. It was always old white dudes with like
Right.
the acorn in the bird's nest,
Mhm.
and they were always walking around
Ever
like,
see cock rings?
all the time.
Is this a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah, you could walk around
Yeah.
in San
With
Fran
your
with your
dick
dick
out.
out if you're not erect.
with your dick out,
And
as
you're
long as
wearing socks, apparently.
and as long as you're not erect,
So
and as
you
long
can't
as
wear
you're and
flip-flops?
as long as you're wearing socks with flip flops, you're not technically nude, so it's not public nudity.
So you could go no shirt,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no pants, socks, flip flops,
and dick hanging
not
out.
hard.
You're going to want to wear a hat. I'd say hat.
Dude.
Maybe you don't want to get sunburned.
Like,
Oh,
that's
that's
exactly what I'm
hilarious.
saying. A decent, like,
Yeah, and like
I
a
want
nice-
to pay somebody to walk around erect and see how long it takes them to get arrested.
You'll get a fine.
Not me. They will.
Yeah, well, they'll
But I'll
get a
pay
fine.
for it. I'll
They'll
pay
get a
for
fine.
it if I
It's
can
like a
film it.
$500 fine.
I bet you
Don't
can
ask me
find
how I know.
plenty of.
Yeah, I was gonna say how the fuck you know
Jason would have definitely done it if you paid the fine
Man, what
at
happens
a nice lunch.
Yeah.
what happens at Pride Parade stays at Pride Parade, all right? Like you just
Bullshit.
leave it in.
100%.
You just saw somebody pull out a katana and you got hard. Don't lie.
No.
No, I
No.
swear that
Katanas
wasn't
make
it,
him
officer.
soft.
No, katanas make me soft. It's broadswords that make me hard, all right?
Right.
Like, that if you're the fucking Unabomber, I don't need Viagra anymore.
Speaking of, you guys see there's this new show called Waco about David Koresh on fucking
Netflix. Jason
Oh.
doesn't have Netflix.
I do not.
He's against it.
I call it
I'm not against Netflix. It's
What
just
streaming services do you have?
Hulu, right? Nope. I was wrong about
You have none?
I had Hulu for a while, but
Hulu's
don't have
bullshit.
any
It
of
has
them?
commercials. Netflix doesn't have commercials.
Hulu doesn't have commercials.
Yes,
yeah,
it does.
Yeah, they usually do, but not all
Not
the
if you
ti-
pay
not-
$11.99.
We
If
do.
you pay $7.99, you don't get no commercials. I
No,
didn't
we-
get any commercials.
Well, maybe it's different. Because I heard people say this, but
They
we
have
have the nice
we always got commercials, dude.
Yeah.
they have the no commercial package and
I
they
thought-
have the commercial package.
Yeah.
I thought I had the no commercial package. I gotta talk to
Maybe,
the lady.
maybe you fucked up.
Yeah, if she's
maybe
paying
it's operator.
$4 less for commercials, yeah, we can make that shit go
Yeah.
away. I
Dude,
hate
no,
commercials.
Yeah.
The
So-
movies don't have commercials, but the shows always.
No,
do.
I never
Huh.
I never got any commercials, and I
Huh.
only watched that to watch like my AMC shows.
Well, I gotta talk to
Oh.
her then, because this
But-
is bullshit.
Yeah, no, the reason I don't do Netflix is because like 90% of the time there's nothing on Netflix.
But
I
there's a
wanna
bunch of
watch.
new shit now.
Dude, you would.
You should just try it for a
Yeah,
month.
but for like for the amount of time, like I had
Bro,
Netflix
there's
for like a
fucking
year.
new documentary out on there, not new, but relatively, called "The Unabomber." In his own words, you would fucking have a cum fest.
I was gonna go with something similar. Nice.
I did. You would be jerking it for weeks.
Yeah, but I can get it for free on YouTube.
Probably, maybe.
That's fair. I
But-
just don't have the patience.
But dude, no, they just came out with this show about
Waco,
Waco, and
yeah.
it was fucking.
I think it was on
Sick.
FX or AMC.
I know
I don't
about
think so, dude.
Waco, guys.
Yeah, and of course you
I
do,
know
dude.
about Waco.
Of course, I knew about it too, but this was This was fun.
I haven't
Oh, I
started
bet.
it yet. Every
Oh, I
time I
bet.
look at it, I'm like, Not today.
Yeah, it's
You don't want to have that much mistrust in the government instilled in you all at
it's
once. You
fucked
you
up.
really
Oh
can't.
man,
That's how I felt like when I started doing mushrooms and watching Zeitgeist and shit.
Oh yeah.
I felt like I got plunged into way too much mistrust of the
I
government. It
feel
took me a
like
while to calm down.
I feel like we had a very
feel you, me
I feel
too.
like we had a very similar experience with Zeitgeist because mine was on acid and I was just kind of
I was on heroin.
I
I remember it. I
can
was
never
on it,
trust
yeah.
the federal government ever again.
Why do people watch it all fucked
I
up?
was-
you
but I
should
was-
watch that one
yeah.
sober than do drugs and think about
Yeah,
it.
I was smacked out when I was watching Zeitgeist. I had to watch it multiple times to remember it. I don't remember.
I mean,
I don't
acid did great
And-
for my retention. All right, like I remember everything about that goddamn movie. I remember the George
That's what's
Carlin
up.
bit at the beginning where he's talking about religion and money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the trade-off between retention and like losing your goddamn mind? You know,
Shit.
I mean, you can't go somewhere you never left. All right,
that's
So,
fair.
You can't lose something you never had.
Yeah, I went a little weird for a while. I was in community college at the time. Just started
Well,
selling
that's,
weed.
That's the perfect place to go weird. Community college.
Yeah, I just started selling weed. We had our own house. It was like 10 miles away from the college, but yeah, just every day going to this like weird place.
Go down a rabbit hole on YouTube watching. Dude, I was a bad conspiracy theorist when I was a junkie, dude, and it slowed me down, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like I
love-
believed a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. But still,
Well, there's levels to this shit.
There's-
well, no, but I'm saying, like,
there's-
still, there are things that I learned about that a lot of people thought were crazy that I see happening nowadays. You know, I'm talking 10 years ago, too, 10, 12 years ago.
Oh,
People
man.
thought a lot of the things I was saying was bullshit. Some of it's come to fruition, but a lot of it was bullshit, and I let that shit bog me down. And
I don't
because
know,
I was
man.
so fucked up, too. I just took
A
everything.
lot of the shit I have, you know.
You think it was the
evidence for.
conspiracies, not the heroin?
No,
Dave?
that's what I'm saying. I was fucked. I think it's a combination. Is what I'm saying. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of me just being smacked out of my right mind, and like
Wanting to believe anything, goddammit.
Kinda, yeah. And keep in mind, at that time, you know, I was fresh few years out of a religion that I was raised in and brainwashed with my whole fucking life.
Then you watch Zeitgeist.
And then I watched stuff like Zeitgeist.
So you learned to
and all of
question
it.
everything, and you kind of became
All at once.
unquestioning, and you're questioning.
And while simultaneously becoming like real involved in the drug world, so that wasn't a good combination. So yeah, I fucking went. But you like your conspiracy shit.
I love conspiracies.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can see through the ones that are kind of
So what you got any theories on what's going on right now?
with the coronavirus. The only thing I know is that.
No, the other thing,
Oh, what other thing?
the coronavirus. I was just kidding.
Yeah, the other thing.
Fucking
Oh, well,
Polacks.
if we're gonna talk about all those other conspiracies, about
Yeah,
the fi-
no,
there's
there's too many.
There's shit where it's just kind of like, listen, if you can look at stuff and see all the connections, and it still matches with kind of reality, then you can kind of look through it, right? Like all this coronavirus shit. All I know about it is China fucking lied. China lied.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, I bought the
Weird.
whole thing about it being a bioweapon that broke containment.
Right.
And
I thought that too for a minute.
well, I mean, it made sense, right? Like, you
Did
know.
make sense.
Well, I mean, there's still a lot of things, right? Like
What's
it came
broke
from
containment? Like they started
It got
experimenting
out of the
on their
lab.
own
so
people?
so right outside of Wuhan, right, the Wuhan province where the wet market was, where this whole thing broke
So
out
poor
and got
people?
discovered. Well, about a mile away, there's a hot lab which studies like really infectious diseases, usually just like to try and find cures and shit, right? CDC labs. We have several in the States, right? Like they're really high level hot labs, really high containment.
Right.
And what happened is somebody might have gotten infected, like a suit wasn't sealed right or something happened, and the dude got infected, and he brought the infection out with him, right? And because he's in
piece of shit.
well, and because he's infected and he doesn't know, and because it's asymptomatic for however long that it's asymptomatic for the first week or 2 weeks or so that you have the virus, he's just infecting everyone around him. And I'm guessing he went to like the market for lunch, right? But I thought it was a bioweapon, as in like engineered CRISPR, all that shit, where they're genetically modifying it to be as lethal as humanly possible. And
Well, not too many people survive.
oh, it's got a low kill rate. It's not super high. It's a high infection rate, low kill rate.
It takes out vulnerable people, which is interesting. Wasn't it the swine flu?
It's the boomer doomer, baby.
Wasn't it the swine flu that attacked young people? H1N1?
Well, H1N1 is similar. COVID is a different type of virus.
No,
in the sense-
totally, but just
Well, I mean, it's
which one?
Well, COVID
came within the last 100 years that attacked young people. Like it used your own immune
well,
system against you.
H1N1 and SARS did something similar to that.
Right.
But COVID is also, it's kind of one of those things where if you get it and you get it bad, you got it bad and you're going to die. But no, and then, I was listening to all the fucking scientists and shit, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't look like a bioengineered weapon. It looks literally just like a virus that mutated and got weird.
Right.
And so I was
they
like,
said, yeah,
and
it
then,
doesn't look man-made. Like
Yeah.
there would be markers if it was
well,
man-made.
it was, yeah, they got the sequence on it, right? Like they got the genetic sequence on it that allows them to kind of map out everything about it. And you can kind of tell by the sequencing of the virus
that
if it's got like snippets from other viruses in it. They could tell just by the sequencing of the genetic code.
Yeah, it looks copy and pasted.
Yeah, and they're like, it doesn't look like that. And so, it's kind of very similar. Like swine flu was similar in the same thing where it kind of jumped from animals to people. And because we don't have a natural immunity to it because we haven't been dealing with it forever, right? Like most of us are pretty functionally immune to the fucking Black Plague, right? Because so many people died from it, and the only ones that were left were the ones that were immune to it.
Okay.
So we have natural immunities built in. No, a lot of the things that really got me up in a huff are like all the like kind of blocking that they did from all the press out of China. Right, like the only conspiracy.
What do you mean blocking?
Like China, really, the CCP.
I'm just dumb. I don't know what that term means.
China's Communist Party.
Communist bloc?
Yeah. Well,
they weren't releasing the information.
They were preventing.
What does blocking mean?
They were preventing information from getting out. Like
Okay.
there were doctors in Wuhan going like, "Shit's fucked, Joe. We need to do something about this."
yeah.
And they were like, "Shut it down."
You think somebody in there with a VPN could have fucking gotten around that,
Yeah. Good luck with
Yeah,
that.
but they fucking very much restrict those, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Well, no, I mean, like the one conspiracy theories we have is like there were 3 doctors, 2 or 3, like right in November, December area of last year when COVID was really starting to bubble up in China that were coming out, and they were like, "No, this is some bad shit, guys. You got to do something about it. Like, we really got to like put everything on lockdown and really make sure this shit doesn't spread because it's highly infectious." And nobody's seen them for a while, like until now.
Of course,
nobody's seen them. They kind of, they went to one of the camps and they just had a good time, I guess.
What do you think the reason a country would want to like not let that information out there? Like
Because all
pride.
all our manufacturing's in China.
oh, so it's bad for business.
It's really bad for
yeah,
business.
God.
Well, also,
really
I
bad
think it
for
also
business.
boils down to most powerful people and nations never want to admit fault for something so tragic.
Especially in
So I think it is the economy, like the trade, obviously. But I think even if it wasn't that, I think they would try and
But I think the
defer
world
blame.
I think the world would like China more if they were like,
Yeah, but
if they let motherfuckers know.
But
Yeah.
Dave's really right in that because, like, especially in like Eastern cultures, Asia, China, Korea, China, Japan, all those countries, right? Like they have that really honor-based mentality where you can't fuck up.
You can't.
Like if you fuck up, then you've brought dishonor
shame to your
upon
family and country.
You brought shame to your name and your family and your country and all that other
the
stuff.
bad for business makes more sense to me.
Me
Well,
too.
no,
Me too
like
now.
at the end of the day, obviously the higher ups were sitting there and like, we're gonna lose a lot of money if we tell them that this came from here and we kind of fucked.
Basically, it was a
up.
win-win for them not to not say anything.
Because
Yeah.
people would go after companies directly in the States,
Well,
like Nike, and
It's
it'd be like,
it's
what the
unavoidable
fuck?
now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
a lot of manufacturing's
absolutely.
been pulled out of China from the States and same from Europe.
Donald
too.
Trump.
Well, no, people are just kind of pissed because, and the World Health Organization's kind of in China's pocket. They were kind of sucking China's dick and taking their public press releases to the public because
Or
everyone
they die.
Well, I mean, everyone was sitting there, and there was a lot of information, and it was a new disease, right? So for the first few weeks when I was hearing all this new information come out, I'm like, I don't know if we know that. Like, that sounds like a neat theory that these really smart doctors are having about this virus, but I don't know if we've proven that, right?
Right.
And so, like for all of January, it doesn't stick on surfaces. Turns out it sticks on surfaces. For all of, February, masks don't prevent infection. We really just need them for like people in food, like, in hospital service. That
Now
are
they're
gonna-
required.
Yeah, that are they're going to be, more exposed to the
Are
virus.
you wearing a mask at work?
No, I work in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I work in the
So?
back.
Just by yourself.
So-
I don't see people. I'm there before anyone shows up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
It's
don't
like,
you clean their dishes?
no, that's at the grill. I ain't heard from the grill in a hot minute.
Oh,
man.
okay, okay.
bet.
I am functionally.
I bet they're bare bones.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, baby.
I bet a lot of people are calling in out there just because a lot of people live out there.
No,
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 you don't think?
They're slow as fuck.
no. I've talked to the boss. They're kind of hurting.
I would
like they're
call
doing
in
all.
every
they're-
other day. I love
Still?
that place. If I lived out there,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I mean, their
'cause
burritos are
it's
pretty
the
good, man.
only fucking thing out there, and their hamburgers are great, and their country fried steak is great. Like
And their Philly steaks. Are
you
pretty
can
good.
mix it up. Yeah,
I've only had their biscuits and gravy once. You talking about Hermosa Creek Grill?
Yeah.
Right across.
I
from,
love that place.
Right across from U-Haul, next to a gas station.
Yep.
the
yep,
only
yep,
Hermosa
yep,
Creek
yep,
Grill.
yep.
Yeah, it's the only restaurant for miles.
Yeah, it's the one halfway between here and Tamron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I know it. That's the only reason I know it.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I had just a biscuit and gravy from there, sausage, like mill
I bet
gravy.
there's green
It's
chili?
so good.
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't get green chili.
Well, I didn't order it. Somebody from Colorado
Wow.
ordered it, but
Now-
it did not have green
now,
chili.
now you see what you gotta do is you gotta get the smothered hash browns while you're there because you can totally do that. And you can get your hash browns.
They got green chili and
with some
cheese
green-
grits
with
that
some
I can
green-
never eat again.
with some green chili and some cheddar cheese and some onions and mix that all up and put some gravy on top of that.
I just found out I'm lactose intolerant.
Sucks to suck, nerd.
Yeah, that's what I said, dude.
Dude, I didn't have it for like
Fucking idiot.
2-3 weeks. No cheese, no dairy, anything. Was doing great. And then I ate a dessert that had butter in the crust. That's all. Like,
Was it that cake?
no, I didn't
Okay.
eat that cake.
Cake doesn't have crust, David.
Well, it has butter.
It does have
That's why I
butter,
didn't
but
eat
it
the
doesn't have a
cake, yeah.
crust, David. I don't know what
You
kind of
got-
cakes you've been eating.
But there was it was a blueberry crumble. Like it was
You got
so
that right.
like raspberry,
Mhm.
like a wild berry crumble.
yeah.
So good, dude. But there was butter in the crust. It fucked me up for 2 days. The last 2 days, I've been
Jesus
effectively
Christ.
out of commission.
Just
Like-
substitute shortening.
Dude, I didn't make it.
Yeah, I'm just tell
No,
whoever,
it
tell
just-
whoever fucking made it to use shortening
It just
instead.
looked so good
It-
that I
and it
couldn't
probably
not
tasted
eat
so
it.
good,
And
too,
I was
huh?
like,
What was it?
it was a wild berry crumble, like a cobbler type thing.
Okay.
But fucking, and I just had a little
where?
piece.
a little piece, he says, like making
No,
up the
it was
size
like
of
like that big. Like,
yeah, that's a little piece of cobbler.
well,
Brian.
it was my serving. I didn't serve it. That's what they gave me.
Mm.
But goddamn, it was good. But 2 days, dude, because I think I lost
Damn,
my
bro.
tolerance for it over the last 3 weeks, and then ate that and woke up at 2 a.m. and
You're about to be an annoying ass table at a restaurant, dude. When we moved
I
to
just
know
don't
dairy
eat
in that?
cheese.
No, you said butter.
Well,
Dairy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is
But
there any
I
butter,
just know
any
what
cheese, any milk? Is there any of that in this meal?
I just know what to order.
Get some
we'll see
pancakes,
about
baby.
that.
Get some pancakes. Pancakes are the
If you
best.
try and
I
embarrass
just eat
me,
meat and veggies.
if
That's
you try
what I
and
eat.
embarrass me in a Phoenix restaurant, I will embarrass you, son.
With what? I will whoop your ass.
That's fine, but you'll have to do it outside the restaurant where I'll be able to embarrass you inside.
Man, I'm
With
glad.
what?
I'm glad I don't go to restaurants with you motherfuckers. So I
Yeah,
don't have
you
to
better
deal with
be-
any of this
Dude,
Oh,
shit.
no, I
meat
would-
and veggies. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Like, oh, sorry, Mr. Waiter.
And some
My
eggs.
friend is very.
I love eggs. No, I'm saying at restaurants. I make eggs.
I'm just
But I
kidding,
could have
anyway.
huevos rancheros. Just can't have the fucking. Well, it's gonna be cooked with butter. I don't know. I'm gonna get
You're
wrecked.
fucking dumb.
I'm
You
gonna
are.
get wrecked.
You're out of it.
Yeah, I mean, there goes all your baked goods. Those are gone.
I never eat baked goods.
You lying.
I swear.
Lying,
I,
Brian.
I saw you shove one of my muffins in your mouth. I've seen it happen.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I've eaten a baked good, but it's not a regular part of my life.
I've seen
Yeah,
it.
it's like your point's not very strong,
I've seen you
Jason.
do it.
People have eaten your muffins that don't eat them very often.
Well, yeah, because I don't make 'em
It
all
just
that
happens.
often.
Well, I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't buy baked goods. I don't have shit around. Like, I have a loaf of sourdough usually that I make sandwiches with.
You should make your own sourdough.
No
It's super
cheese.
easy.
No, I
Apparently,
bet.
everyone's been making bread over the quarantine. I'm like, motherfuckers never called me.
I haven't had a quarantine. I've been working like 10-hour days. The days I was off, I had to move. I was doing like gnarly yard work. Dave came and helped me one day.
Yeah.
I've just been working 2 hours at the bagel, going home and playing video games.
No, I've been fighting for my job, dude. Like, just because
Man, yeah, I
I'm not
wonder-
just fighting for my job. I'm fighting for my uncle's business. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dusty's?
Yeah, Dusty.
Yeah,
It's
man,
way more
fuck
than
yeah.
just like my job. Like it's his livelihood.
Yeah, I got you.
And he's a
man.
good dude, man.
He's
You
really
knew
great, and he's
Dusty?
taken such good care of me. You've met Dusty.
You met Dusty,
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah, I have.
So you know.
Me and Jason hung out pretty like a lot for a minute.
No, yeah, no.
His
It's,
business is worth keeping, dude. Dusty's a good motherfucker.
no, that's the same thing I feel about John with the Durango Bagel, right? Like that dude, even though we're not getting much for business, he kept me working.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
you gotta love that, and it's
Yeah, he went to bat for me pretty hard. I was pretty happy about it.
no for sure. And
Yeah.
I saw my uncle. He was just like, "Well, I'm gonna need him. Like,
Yeah.
you don't. A lot of this shit's not one man work. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I need
Are you done painting those big ass water tanks?
most of it.
Most of
I
it?
still have a couple days, but I'm off
Jeez.
the lift. I returned that.
Oh wait, so you guys just did the high like dangerous parts first, and then you're doing the stuff you could do on foot now?
Exactly, because
yeah.
well, the lift is just very expensive, so we rented it for
Oh,
a week
okay.
and got everything we
Well, at
couldn't
least you got
reach.
that part out the fucking way.
Yeah,
dude.
for sure,
Especially what you were saying, especially with the wind. Oh,
dude. I
man.
was waking up and I felt like I was bouncing. I was on this gnarly like man lift with a big arm that goes up like 40 feet, 50 feet.
Yeah.
On the ticket it said 40 to 50, so that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But I was
crazy.
painting 20-foot water tanks. But it's weird how comfortable I got. Like I'd step out of a cage onto the top of a water tank and like bend over, like kneel down and like
Well, the fact that you'd wake up feeling like you're in a waterbed is weird.
not a waterbed. I felt like I was bouncing on that lift.
Careful,
Yeah,
bud.
but-
That's how you get
okay.
rickets.
What?
I just
Rickets.
How
Oh.
you get rickets?
What you're describing right
What
there.
what is rickets again?
Rickets is
For us
that
Polish folk.
rickets
cages.
was a disease that afflicted like 18th century sailors, and it's because of being in the constant motion on the
Oh.
boat.
So what are the symptoms?
You just kind of get the shaky leg, and you kind of feel like you're
The
always
shaky leg.
Well, I did it for 3-4 days.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's how you get rickets.
okay.
Bud. That's how you do it.
I
Well,
don't think the shaky leg
I won't
is
go
the medical...
sail for half a lifetime.
Well, that and you and you had like a kind of like a permanent adjustment to your equilibrium.
The old
right? So
shaky leg.
So you'd always kind of be kind of swaying.
I worked on a marina for a summer, and I was out there 4 days a week,
Yeah, that's how you
just
get rickets.
on the water.
I'm
yeah,
happy with your 18th century sailors
me and,
disease. All
me
right.
and Phil would get home, and we'd both just be like,
Well, Phil lived on a boat for 6 months. If anybody would get rickets, it'd be him. He lived on a boat.
The more you know, right? You just sit
Yeah,
there like, man, I
jeez.
didn't even know this was an issue.
Now I do.
wonder. Hope
I
Phil's
learned.
kid
Told you I
doesn't get
learned
rickets.
fast. I told you I learned quick.
That's all he said.
I don't know, Dave. I could still see you out on a boat.
Oh,
somewhere.
if anybody
I don't go
wants
on
an
boats.
update,
Yeah, it's because you're Polish.
That's right.
if anybody